disturbed me.
I
in
love
my dreams.
how your response is, that is terrifying.
Yeah, well, like that, like I'm gonna, because I know I'm gonna see her in my dreams tomorrow,
Yeah.
and like she's gonna be chasing me,
Yeah.
like some nightmarish thing.
Yeah, I mean, I really wish I remembered her name. I'm almost tempted to look it up. She's Russian.
Yeah,
right?
well, yeah, you can tell.
Yeah, you can tell. Like, there was the depraved. What is that called?
No, you can tell. Well, I mean, so I couldn't pinpoint Russian, right?
Yeah.
Like
It's got that
Slavic,
brutalist kind of look.
Slavic.
Yeah. Oh
type,
yeah. So
yeah.
that what's that? I forget what region is called generally.
Yeah.
Baltic.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah.
But yeah, that Slavic type region.
Yeah.
So she looks like, I could have called like maybe Ukraine or Russia or Belarus.
Peace to Ukraine. If that
So,
girl's from Ukraine, but
yeah.
she's Russian. What me and Chris are talking about is a picture that I sent him of
A very muscly woman, which
she doesn't find attractive.
No, I just think it's too much. She's
Yeah.
got a really pretty face.
She's got a beautiful face. I'm gonna look her name up during the podcast and probably drop it. How have you been, brother? How was your week?
I've been good. How you been, man?
I've been good. It's been an interesting week for me.
Yeah, dude, it's been an interesting month, really.
Yeah.
If you want to think about it, Pride Month isn't doing so hot this year. It's under the guns, bro.
Not enough pride going around.
No, like, did you hear what happened with Starbucks?
Did they take down a flag or something?
No, they banned all Pride decorations from all their facilities.
Okay.
But they still sell Pride products.
Oh, okay.
You just can't advertise it.
Isn't it also like I guess no one has done the study.
Funny thing is,
but they accommodate a lot of queer people, right? Like,
yeah, well, yeah, but this is the thing that why this is a big deal. No one expected it because they are probably one of the most LGBT friendly companies out there.
That's what I would imagine.
Like, they have in their health insurance plan, they have like gender affirming care as part of the coverage.
Yeah,
like that goes to like nonprofits that do with that stuff. So, this is why it was a shock, because it was like, whoa, what?
Because did they have to do it, or is it just out of the blue?
No, they didn't have to do it. I think it's in the wake of the Bud Light and the Target. But
why put themselves on the map like that for either way, though?
Don't know, man.
Weird.
I mean, everybody expected Starbucks to just allow pride flags and shit up.
Yeah.
You know, it was like, that's Starbucks.
It just feels the most progressive thing. Like,
they are, but it's weird.
Have you ever not seen the most? What do you call when people have those ginormous earrings, like the
gauges?
Loop? Is it a gauge?
Yeah. Those are fucking gross, dude.
Yeah, well, I mean, I'm from Ethiopia. There's a culture, a tribe called Maasai, I believe.
Yeah.
The big clay that you've seen in Wakanda Forever.
Yeah, Wakanda.
One of those movies, yeah. Black Panther. That tribe, obviously, they just put them together in the movie, but it's just a unique tribe in Africa, in Ethiopia, where even I don't see them. That's how exotic they are.
Yeah.
And the bigger the clay, the more hotter you're considered as a woman.
Oh,
that's why gross. You see like the 45-year-old with the ginormous plate in there. Like,
so it's a trend here, mainly in California.
Yeah.
And
foreshadow.
Yeah, foreshadowing. And it's big here too.
Yeah.
But like when I worked in the prison system, there's a dude who had like huge gauges in his ear. They're like huge. They're like 3-inch gauges.
Yeah.
And then of course when you get arrested, you gotta take that shit out. And then your ear, but it stinks.
Oh.
Like the moment he took them out, dude, I can't do smells.
Yeah,
I can't do them.
And that kind of smell is gonna be yucky.
I threw up. Oh, it was rank. It was rank.
I hope you're not eating food when you're listening to this.
Yeah.
In any case, the reason I brought it up is the most gauges or gaugey guy or girl I've ever seen is in a Starbucks window.
Oh yeah, yeah, dude. It's weird. It's a weird thing.
Or like emo chick. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Like, I don't find how it's attractive, really.
Yeah, I mean, it's people do a bunch of stuff that.
I mean, it's fine, but I never found piercings hot.
Oh, are you sure about that?
Mm-hmm.
Not even the ones that are like.
No.
Not even the ones that go around the nose.
No.
What about the
maybe the stud.
Yeah.
Maybe like the stud.
That's pretty hot.
But like none of the septum piercings and the.
Yeah.
Nah, none of that stuff. Like the people who just have like fucking someone went with a fucking nail gun to their face.
What about the one that goes across the eyebrows?
No, not really.
Like one or two.
I mean, it
of those?
doesn't bother me.
Yeah.
It doesn't bother me. I just don't find it attractive.
Yeah.
Right.
Of
It's
course.
not like a.
It's a personal taste thing.
Yeah.
For sure.
So.
Well, welcome to episode 9 of the Barley podcast with me, Teddy, and
Chris.
The amazing Chris.
The Baps here, man.
Da-da-da, the amazing
Baps.
Chris.
The luscious Baps.
The luscious Babs is what we got.
Which
going.
is
You got
my slang term for breasts.
Oh, okay. That's how we're gonna start. Like good,
Yeah.
hot from the get go.
Yeah.
You and I discussed about the extent of how cities can go from on a spectrum of progressive, liberal to conservative,
And
Well, and we also had a different conversation about how people have been like the exodus that is out of happening from California.
Yeah.
And we thought it might be like you thought actually it would be a really good topic to discuss. Like,
because I found out some crazy shit about California, dude.
You did?
About their legal system. Yeah, I was listening to this
about the
lawyer
legal
talk.
system.
Yeah, and it intrigued me because I mean, there's a lot to talk about, right?
Mhm.
Like, there's the mass exodus of businesses pulling out. Like, I mean, that's the reason why Joe Rogan pulled out, right? Like the city's going to have they're taxing
Income
the shit
tax
out of
is
them.
crazy.
Yeah, they're taxing the shit out of them for one, and the money's going to destroying the state essentially because nothing's good is happening in California. I mean, really, policy-wise, I mean, businesses are fleeing, and with businesses fleeing, tax revenue goes down. So they're going to increase income tax, and there's going to be fewer jobs, and then more and more people are going to leave until there's no one there.
Well, there is a bit of a qualifier to be mentioned there. You are 100% right that new businesses in Silicon Valley is slowly shifting its base. It almost feels like Austin right now is the new Silicon Valley.
Yeah.
In Florida.
All right, but so right now, none of these big businesses, right, are being hit with thieveries and stuff, right?
Yes.
What happens when all the small businesses pull out that are easy to steal from? What do you think is going to happen? The people who want to steal, where are they going to go? They're going to go to the tech companies.
Yeah.
They're going to go to all that stuff. They're going to hit the bigger businesses because those are the only places to steal from. I
mean, still California is the home for some of the biggest companies from the Fortune 500s, including like Alphabet and Apple and Wells Fargo.
Yeah, I agree with you.
I mean,
they're not going to, I'm not saying they're on the verge of collapse.
Yeah.
I mean, because there's still going to be people who pump money into it.
Yeah.
But there's a reason why people are fleeing.
There's definitely a shift, for sure.
I mean...
Yeah. What'd you find out about the legal system?
Okay, so they have a thing called Prop 57 in California, which is a good proposition for the legal system. But if you take into it, what it lets you do is if you're classified as a nonviolent offender, you can take rehabilitatory courses and get time reduced from your sentence. It's a good thing, right?
On the face, it looks good.
Yeah. Guess what they classify as nonviolent offenses in the state of California?
What? Double homicides?
No. If you rape an intoxicated woman, that is a nonviolent offense.
If you sexually assault an
intoxicated person, that is a nonviolent offense. If you use an explosive device, that is a nonviolent offense. Domestic violence, which has violence in the name, is a nonviolent offense. If 2 or more people assault another person, that is a nonviolent offense.
That sounds
so
insane.
That's why the crime rate is so fucking high.
Yeah.
Because you can do these quote unquote nonviolent offenses and then you can just get back to your raping.
It almost begs the question, what do they classify as violent?
Yeah. Well, I mean, but this was just a lawyer talking about the legal system there.
Okay.
I put the video on our Discord, and I don't think you have the link to our Discord yet. I didn't give that to you.
Yeah.
But I put the video on there. It's absurd. It's fucking absurd, dude.
Yeah. Put a link up to on the socials.
I will. I'll link it on. I'll link it on our Twitter and our Truth Social.
That's incredible.
Yeah, it's nuts. So that why is crime so high? That's why.
Does anybody mention a rationale for it? Like, what is
I don't know.
Okay.
I didn't dig that deep.
Yeah.
I just, on surface level, this is what I saw, and this is from a lawyer in California.
Yeah.
So I'm going to believe him.
Yeah. And it's not like one of those things where, but if you hear it in context, it's going to look different right now. What context?
Yeah. I'm sorry. Domestic violence is a non-violent. It has violence in the name of the crime.
Yeah. That's just sounds so wrong, dude. I mean, what do you think is the rationale behind it?
Well, they try to be. They're trying to consider. They appear as the more compassionate state.
Yeah, they try to push the boundary of like what kind of crime is forgivable.
Because like you also know about Prop 53, right? Which is
I don't think I do.
If you steal under $1,000 or do under $1,000 of property damage, the cops will not come to arrest you. So that's why all these.
It's not misdemeanor or felony or grand larceny.
Well, it is.
Well, it's not versus those. It's like the police won't even show up.
Yeah, they're not going to show up. So like when these people are getting like stolen from, they come to do the flash shoplifting and stuff. That's why it keeps happening because these people are not.
Did you hear about the Lululemon thing?
Yeah. Oh yeah. The cops got called on them.
They got fired.
Yeah.
The employees who put up a fight to sort of defend the shop, they got fired. And the CEO was defending it out there. It's like, our policy is don't do it. It's crazy.
Yeah, but guess what?
Yeah.
They're concerned about their jobs because if people keep going in there and stealing from them, what's going to happen to that store?
Correct. You're thinking the company is going to be forced to lock down.
Yeah, they're going to shut their doors and move to someplace that doesn't.
And we've already seen that. Aren't like CVS or Walgreens?
Walgreens is like all these places are closing down in California.
Well, what Walgreens, I think Walgreens, if I'm not mistaken, is doing is there's only 2 aisles that are open to the public, and everything else is locked up.
Yeah.
Behind the.
Yeah, but then if you do that, that's racist, right?
Well, this is for everybody. Yeah, I know what you're referring to, but this is like no specific aisle that is like ethnically inclined.
Well, I know.
There's like everything is locked out, and just 2 aisles. And if you want something, like get it from the back for me.
Well, I mean,
you're just tired of being robbed.
Like people say this shit's racist, but it's like that the lockups and stuff.
Yeah.
Because I used to work in retail.
Yeah.
And I did the
makeup.
No, the
cosmetics.
Asset. Fucking, I can't remember what it's called.
Yeah.
But it's like the in-store security.
Oh, okay,
they make sure you're not. You're dressed in civvies.
Okay.
I did that for a little bit, and the reason all those things are locked up, like the way they are, and they say it's racist, but those are the things that are stolen the most.
Correct. Yeah. It doesn't matter who's doing it.
Yeah, it doesn't matter who's doing it.
It's just the most stolen.
Is it unfortunate that that's a mostly black product?
Yeah.
Yes, but if it's being stolen the most, then I don't blame them for locking up because I used to think the same. I was like, oh man, that's fucking racist.
Yeah.
Then I worked in asset protection. That's what it is. I worked in asset protection for like 3 months, and I was like, I get it. I get why you do it.
Yeah, and they have a ton of cameras. Some of them not even connected to the central circuit. Yeah, but we're talking about a slightly different thing here. But I'm glad you brought that up. I mean, it's something to address.
Yeah.
But the California thing is literally like the whole shop is behind.
Yeah.
And it's like it's just 2 aisles.
Well,
out.
I mean, if you go in there with 10 people, you can clear out the entire store. Correct. And you're under $1,000 each of you.
Like no
one's gonna get called.
Some brazen like daytime grab and run kind of situation.
Yeah,
in some
and like these people, like some of them don't even run, dude. They just grab it and walk out. Like because they're like nothing's gonna happen to me, and then they're gonna sell it, and then they're gonna sell it. On the street.
Did you not see like a bunch of people leaving their car doors open in San Francisco? Because they're just getting tired of getting robbed. You're like, there is nothing in my car of value to steal.
They're tired of the windows being busted out.
Busted in. So they're like, they just leave them open.
Yeah,
and it's like a nice car parked next to like a Starbucks or whatever, and it's the hatch door, the 2 back doors open. Because it's a business for guys to go out there and just break windows and
take whatever's in your fucking car.
I mean, I don't know how we can get to this kind of situation as a society. But
well, it's the policy, man. It's the policy that are put in place. The light on crime policy. Like, I'm sorry, man. Like, if you're committing a crime, white, black, Asian, I'm sorry, you need to be arrested
and put away in a hole.
I'm sorry. That's just the way it is. It's just
I've
the
never
way
told-
it is.
I've never told you this, but
You're a criminal.
no. Thank you for profiling me. Fucking racist.
Oh, I'm sorry. I had to cross it off the list.
You're
Dude.
like,
I have
yeah.
a list of things I think that you secretly might be.
Criminal is one of the. Fair enough. Now, one of the things
Check
that
them
I
off.
really hate is one of the most traumatic events in my life, and it's gonna bring the podcast down, but is when my
Don't
dad
bring the
got jumped.
podcast down. Yeah.
My dad got jumped, and they choked him out to just grab. He was in Netherlands working on something. Came back for 3 months break, and it was his friend's wedding. They had like piles of rock out in the street leading to our house, so the car could not drop him off at our gate, right?
Yeah.
Near our house. So he had to walk just about like 200 feet, 300 feet. But he couldn't see them, right? So they choked him out, and I could hear him from the living room when he woke up. So that sound is one of those crazy things just seared into my brain of like extreme trauma. And I ran out, and it's just my dad on the street, like crying, right?
Yeah.
So, and then I called because they'd taken everything from him, and I was like so angry. And I called the number, and the guy picked up. And I'll never forget his voice. He's like, because my dad is fairly known around there. He's like, sorry, dude, we didn't know it was your dad. I swear to God, that's what they told me. But what I associate crime and people that rob people and thieves right now is something that could have taken something as important as my dad.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Just for some cash, right? If you if they asked him, he would have given them. My dad is the kind of guy who just give you everything in his cash and walk home. That's the kind of guy he is.
Yeah.
So that, for me, so the one thing I hate in life is people that take what doesn't belong to them.
Yeah.
And whenever someone says, like, I could be as pacifist as they come, I'd be like, yeah, let's just, be considerate and compassionate.
Yeah.
But if someone is taking some shit from someone, I'm like, hang them, motherfucker.
I mean, I'm compassionate to a point, man.
Yeah, I know.
Like,
but this is like one of those pay peeves. I'm just trying to sort of put forth my bias.
This is like a similar thing that happened in California a couple of years ago. And it's mainly because California is a sanctuary state, which is inherently not good. So there was a dad walking down a boardwalk with his daughter, and a guy who had been deported many, many times, and he keeps getting back into the country because he goes to California.
Yeah.
He killed his daughter right in front of him. And that guy, I don't think they prosecuted him.
I guess the law doesn't apply to him. What they could do is deport him.
Yeah, they can just deport him again. But he gets back into the country every fucking time because California doesn't stop people from coming in.
Yeah. What I found, like, when we talked about this thing, and I looked up a couple numbers. I just wanted to find out the net migration out of California.
Yeah.
So right now, they're like, 11.5% of the America's population.
Yeah,
roughly. So it's like about 40 million people,
roughly,
right?
Yeah.
Wouldn't you think there would be more than 3 million people that exited California since 2000? Or am I underestimating 3 million? I must be, right? Because a shit ton of people left.
I know a lot of people have left. I'm not.
Because the number is that. It's 3 million since 2000.
Is it 3 million?
Yes.
Is that the hard number?
The net.
Okay, the net.
Yeah.
Okay. That's a lot, dude.
But the net doesn't really tell you the whole story.
Yeah.
Because a shit ton of people, way more people left, right?
Yeah. Well,
and for what we're discussing, the reason they left matters.
Yeah. They're okay. So for one, since California's the majority of California is actually red, right? But the population density of those red areas is small.
Yeah.
The more condensed areas, which is the cities, which most of these states are, all the rural areas are red, and all their
like most of them.
Yeah, it's everywhere.
Yeah,
like even here in Texas,
correct.
Austin's more blue. Houston, Dallas.
Austin is blue, bro.
Yeah, they're all blue.
Yeah.
I mean, but they're highly densely populated.
Yeah.
So they win the state all the time for the Democrats. And the Democratic policies in those states have run it into the fucking ground.
Yeah.
And I hate to call California a cesspool because Northern California is so fucking beautiful.
Yes.
But the fucking state's a cesspool, man. Like when you have a job, this is a job in California, like in Los Angeles and San Francisco. It's paid by the state called the Poop Patrol, where your job is literally to comb the streets for homeless feces.
Yeah.
And pick it up like you're cleaning up after a damn dog with a pooper scooper.
Yeah, you think that person puts that on their CV after for the next
I
job?
mean, I wouldn't. That would be excluded from my resume.
Yeah. They'd be like, I was employee of the month.
I don't knock you for taking the job. If
Yeah.
you need your paper, you need your paper. But don't you think that's a little bit ridiculous that job even exists?
Yeah. What is this? I heard a story about some city that did something pretty remarkable, and it might really work for everywhere else. I forget what city it is, but I don't know what they tried. But I guess it's putting people up somewhere, like sort of, like I guess, gathering the homeless and setting them up somewhere, but in a way that has not, because they've tried that before, right? Like giving them encampments and like accommodations, but none of them seem to work. They
rented out hotel rooms for them too.
That was during the pandemic early on. Yeah, that did not. That was a horrible idea.
That was a bad idea.
I mean, who was the fucking genius that came up with that?
Well, it's the same geniuses that made the policies that. And this is another thing. This has nothing to do with California. This is the one with New York. And this happened to my my grandfather's girlfriend. They were grocery shopping at Walmart, dude.
Yeah.
And they got like $400 worth of fucking groceries, something like that. So they had like 2 shopping carts.
Yeah.
And they go up to check out, and they don't carry plastic bags anymore.
It's just one of those paper bags.
No. No bags.
Oh, so you just sort of what?
They had to just load it in the truck loose.
One avocado at a time. That's crazy.
Yeah. No bags at all, man.
Do you think that, I mean, who is the governor?
Newsom? Of California?
Newsom, right?
Newsom, yeah.
What? I mean, because
he keeps getting reelected, man.
There's a good reason, by the way. So the guy's smart, charming. He talks pretty chill game. And as far as the progressives
wasn't he banging that Asian spy?
I mean, good for him, dude. Who are you knocking there?
He was leaking.
Yeah, I'm sure he was telling her stories
to a Chinese spy.
That's what he does, and then he's like getting reelected. But what I'm saying is, how much of, like, how much of it are you gonna do?
Me?
But
him?
When does it end?
Well, I mean, it should have ended right now when you see literally cities failing, because they can't maintain these policies. Because like in California, they actually have hate speech laws on the books. Yeah. So like you can't even call like someone who has previously been incarcerated an offender, which is what we call them.
Not a felon.
But you can get fined for calling someone. You can't call them a felon either. Yeah, I can't even remember the term that they had, but it was fucking stupid. It was like person who was like recently incarcerated or something like
nearly
that.
able to kind of
thing. It's stupid like that. It's some fucking PC fucking term that was just made.
Yeah.
Oh, the people who commit crimes are getting upset that you keep calling them offenders, and that just hurts their feelings, and we can't have that because that makes them commit more crimes.
Whoever that character is, I hate him, dude.
That's my whiny liberal. My whiny liberal voice.
I'm just not. I mean, I get some virtue signaling could help you politically, but haven't you done enough of it?
Yeah, but okay. So I think there's a point where you just can't turn back.
But what aren't they seeing like to the point where
the only thing that can turn them back
Yeah.
is him not getting reelected and someone else stepping in, because that person can then there needs to be a mutiny so the new captain can steer the ship back around away from the iceberg.
But okay, so we obviously we need to corroborate most of what we're saying here. But how much of this new from the front, okay, on face value, seem pretty crazy policies. Who do they help? Like, who is it for? Like, I can understand like subsidies and welfares.
so,
you know, there's
like
a certain demography that's gonna be voting.
We have a stigma for high incarceration rates here in the United States, right? So California, they want to look like they're always coming from a place of compassion, which I think we do need to do that more, because some people who go in for actual nonviolent offenses, not the ones that are labeled as nonviolent in California. I'm sorry, if you're chucking a grenade, that's a violent fucking offense.
Yeah, but who's asking for this is what I'm asking. Like, who are they trying to appease? Who is being appeased? That's the word I was looking for.
I don't know.
Well,
I think it's just optics.
To who though?
To the general public. They're like, oh, they're pro rehabilitation. Look at all these nonviolent offenders that are getting out. But you don't know. They say they're nonviolent offenders, but you don't know what they're getting out. So they had to broaden what nonviolent is.
But you see the conundrum that I'm...
Because most people who are getting arrested in California, I guarantee you, they're not nonviolent. So I'm pretty sure they had to broaden what nonviolent meant.
Yes, but possibly because... But it still doesn't answer my question.
I know possibly, because I'm just speculating. This is just speculative for me. I don't have hard facts on this.
But what I want to understand is, like, there's usually when politicians... Every politician ever.
Yeah.
There is an intent behind the act, right? Whatever the endorsement they do, rejection, whatever, it's always like there's some kind of goal.
Well, I mean, he can be like, "Oh, look at all my rehabilitation. Look how many inmates I got out on."
But I don't know which segment of the community is asking that. Like, I don't know who. The liberals already have what they want. L.A. is queer capital. Like, everything is cool there. Like, whatever they want.
So, like, look at what happened. This is going off topic here a little bit, like what happened during the George Floyd riots, right?
We never do that. We never go off topic.
We never go off topic, guys. So during the George Floyd riots, people were the DAs wouldn't prosecute any of the people that were arrested for violent crimes. I mean, not nonviolent. See, I'm getting mixed up. For violent crimes, like firebombing and all that stuff, and assaulting people. They were getting arrested, and then the DA would not prosecute them.
As part of the protest, right? Like the people that were doing that during the protest. Yeah, of course.
Well, I don't think they were part of the protest. I think they were taking advantage of the situation.
Of course.
Because you can't call it I mean, if you're throwing Molotov cocktails, can you call it a mostly peaceful protest?
I prefer not to.
Yeah, because that's what they were calling it. Oh, these were mostly peaceful
but they're appeasing the whole movement at the time.
Yeah.
It's just
if there's violence involved, the peaceful shouldn't be used at all in the fucking word.
It's just, I find it extremely confusing when governors go out of their way, especially like what Newsom is doing.
Yeah.
To create this, just out of the blue, completely unnecessary policies that just seem to complicate the already divisive like atmosphere that we have right now.
Well, I think because he doesn't care what the rest of the fucking country thinks about him, because they're not the ones who voting for him. He wants to look good to like the celebrities who are going to endorse him. He wants to look good to the big tech billionaires who are going to endorse him. Stuff like that.
Apple closed a bunch of stores. They reinforced their windows.
Yeah, I mean, it's backfiring on them. It's backfiring on them, obviously, but they're gonna.
But I don't imagine them being happy about suddenly a new law that says.
That's why I think there should be term limits on governorship, man. Should be term limits.
There isn't a term limit on governorship?
I don't think so.
You can? Oh, really?
I don't think so.
How many years is it?
I only think there's term limits on the presidency.
Yeah.
Because there's not term limits on seats in Congress.
I don't.
You can sit in Congress for your entire fucking life.
By the way, California lost a congressional seat.
I know.
Because of the...
I know. Yeah, well, I mean, because they're losing people.
Yeah.
Like, if your business is being constantly robbed are you going to pull your business out of that state? Absolutely you are.
Yeah.
You're not going to make money.
What kind of business do you think is moving into California right now?
I don't see any. I don't see any prison right now, really.
Besides private prison.
I see a lot of the trucking companies have pulled out.
Yeah.
A lot of the tech companies, like you mentioned earlier, are starting to pull out, go to Austin.
Yeah.
I mean,
it's a big blow for Tesla, for California, for Tesla to switch their HQ
Tesla's,
from...
Yeah. Elon Musk is like, I'm not dealing with this shit either.
Yeah. I mean, the biggest investment in recent memory is Cupertino, Apple's HQ.
Yeah,
which is a big deal, by the way.
it is.
But they're not. It's not manufacturing
but
jobs.
that one minus the tens
Everything
of
else,
thousands
yeah.
that are leaving.
Well, just assuming that Apple is one of the biggest.
Well, here's
by
the
market cap.
This is why it really sucks, right?
Hmm.
For California, anyways.
Yeah.
So what's going to happen is, what happens when all these businesses pull out, right?
Mm-hmm.
There's fewer jobs.
Of course.
So what's going to happen when there's no
More
jobs?
homelessness.
Well, not just more homelessness. There will be more homelessness, but more people will leave California to go to other states where there are jobs.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it was like back in the day. The reason why people went to California was for work, because there was no work anywhere else in the country at the time.
Gold.
Well, there was also gold.
Yeah.
Gold was also a thing, but there were also no jobs anywhere else.
Yeah, the mining jobs, the fracking,
Yeah.
lumber,
People were migrating to California for many reasons. The gold was one of them. People were trying to get rich quick by panning for gold.
Yeah.
But most people were going there just for work.
Yeah.
And now it's the opposite.
Exit.
Yeah, there's a mass exodus. It's like
Bunch of people to Nevada. A whole lot of
people
them
are going
to
to
Texas.
Florida.
Yeah.
A lot of people are moving to Florida.
Yeah.
I mean, people are moving out of New York too, just not as en masse.
Yeah.
They're going to like West Virginia.
Yeah.
And stuff like that.
It's just the 16-year-old
Like
dreamer that wants to be an actress who's moving from Nebraska to California right now.
I mean, that's starting to be not even really the case anymore. You don't have to live in California to become...
it's the last bit of industry that has not moved away from California, I imagine.
Yeah.
But what has happened is movies are getting done so way more easier right now. Like it's not being monopolized by the big studios.
It's not.
Like you get yourself a good camera, an iPhone, and you can shoot yourself a movie.
Yep. Well, I mean, like the Daily Wire, right?
Yeah.
Ben Shapiro, they started making movies. They actually made one movie recently called Terror on the Prairie. Has Gina Carano in it, the chick who was
UFC
kicked off. Just UFC, but she was kicked off Mandalorian.
Why did she get kicked off? Oh, she said something about the thing.
Yeah, but guess who else said it?
Every other
Pedro
guy.
Pascal, the guy who plays the Mandalorian.
Hey, do not come at me with
it's
my
just
Pedro.
because
It's not my Pedro.
It's just because he has the right politics that
Yeah.
he's allowed to say it, and she's not.
It's because he wears a very colorful. His wardrobe is super colorful. Have you seen how that guy?
So,
Pedro
anyways,
Pascal
they
is
hired
perfect.
Gina Carano.
Yeah.
And I saw Tara. It's okay. It's not great, but it's okay.
Yeah, she was great. She was one
She's
of
a
those
good
people
actress,
you'd be
though.
like.
She's actually a pretty good actress.
I think she is. Yeah. I mean.
So I've only seen
They
her.
should not. Well, you've seen the Marvel stuff, right?
Well,
DC or Marvel? Where's she at?
She's in Star Wars, Mandalorian.
Well, yeah, but she's in. Did you forget? She's in Deadpool movie as well.
Oh yeah.
Well, I don't think she should have. She should.
Yeah, but that role.
And then a bunch of action movies.
Okay, so her role in that.
Yeah.
I remember it now.
Yeah.
But it was kind of minuscule and kind of one note.
Of course, yeah.
She was like a bruiser.
That's what I'm saying. I was going to tell you, that entry into that Marvel world, not a good idea. Like it was not. It was not great.
No, it wasn't good for her. But
there's a shot of her, which I know you
but-
don't like muscle girls.
So she did good in The Mandalorian,
Yeah.
playing Cara Dune. She made Cara Dune a really like badass character. And then she was actually going to get her own spinoff show too.
Oh, okay.
But when they fired her, they canceled it. They just kind of got rid of her character. Her character doesn't exist anymore because they were going to get flamed if they recast her.
Yeah, I don't know how these things
She did
work.
pretty good on Terror on the Prairie too. It was pretty good.
Was it good?
Decent.
Is it like more? Is it more
It's a
acting or
Western.
action movie?
It's like a Western. It's like kind of like a Western horror kind of
Yeah,
thing.
she's great. She's beautiful. I like her
It's
face.
pretty cool.
Yeah, she's also pretty hot.
Yeah.
She used to be like she's one of those people that you don't like, obviously.
I think she's pretty. I don't think she's.
Oh, so that's the upper echelon of muscle girl you can
Yeah.
accommodate. You're like, this is as good as this is it. Any more muscle than this, and you're off my.
Yeah. Well, I'm still like I said, she's pretty.
Yeah.
Still not.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, there is a picture of her back in the UFC day
Yeah.
when they posed for their weigh-ins. Not the official weigh-in, but there's a ceremonial weigh-in.
Yeah.
There's a picture of her where she was flexing but smiling still. Not like it's not a forced flex, right? You could be like, oh my God, do not go into the ring with that face. They're gonna ruin it. That's what you're gonna think. Like she looked like a hot model, but strong.
All right, we're getting off topic again. All right,
you're the one who brought her
anyway,
up.
Yeah, I know. Well, we were talking about Hollywood.
Why are you a stickler for topics today?
You're
the one who gives veers off topic.
I know. Well, I'm trying to get better at it, man. I'm trying to get better.
Well, don't be a stickler so much.
I'm not.
Jeez, I want to talk more about your.
I know. But I'm trying to get better at it. But
do you know?
It's like one of the criticisms that we get is that we veer off topic.
What do you think she's doing right now?
I don't care. I don't care what Gina Carano's doing right now.
No, right now though. Yeah.
Yeah, Gina Carano, come on the show. Teddy's got a crush on you.
No, I'm a married man, happily married man. I should add. So, but yeah, do come on the show.
I'm joking with you.
Come on the show, of course.
But come on the show, please. I'm happily married. Come on the show.
Yeah, that's how it works. Well, yeah, I know what you're saying, bro. Like, but I was saying, like, that's the last bit of industry that is not really like.
Yeah, it's starting to migrate out of California though.
Yeah,
acting's kind of spread out more now.
Yeah, I mean, nobody's talking about. Oh, I moved. Well, to
I mean,
LA
if you look at all the actors, most of them are moving out of California. Like Mark Wahlberg he sold all his houses in California and he moved.
He got a little churchy, so yeah.
Yeah. Well, it's not. I
don't work out today.
I think that's part of it, but I think there's more than just that.
Theo Vaughn.
Yeah.
He moved.
I mean, people are moving out. Like California sucks, man.
Yeah.
They got earthquakes, dude. Fuck them earthquakes.
It is one of the hot spots.
But
moving
people
from there
California,
to Florida is insane. If you're running away from earthquakes, don't go to Florida.
People in California.
Yeah.
We don't have earthquakes here.
Yeah, we are the least. I mean, northern Texas he's doing a wink right now. Yeah. Northern Texas does have a little bit of it around Dallas.
Yeah.
But we're good. Central and South Texas, like there's nothing.
Yeah.
I checked these things before.
Yeah, I've never experienced an earthquake.
Yeah.
So
you've never?
No.
I had 2 when I was a kid.
Yeah, I've never experienced one. It'd probably freak me the fuck out.
I mean, if you've never felt it, the first time you just confused.
Yeah.
What happened is what you're gonna think. Yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah, I'd probably freak me out. I've seen tornadoes before in the distance. Never been in danger.
Yeah.
But
now that I've never seen.
It's crazy.
Yeah. Dust Devils is as good as it gets.
Dust Devils.
The little ones.
Little Tasmanian devils spinning around.
Well, I don't know. I think they call them Dust Devils, don't they?
Yeah, I'm making fun of
okay, you're making fun of my little Dust Devils?
No. You ever see the Warner Brothers cartoons? You know, like Bugs
Bunny
with the Tasmanian devil. Yeah, he spins around.
He looks like a tornado underneath him.
He looks like a tornado.
Jesus, your obscure references like that. I barely got that one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dude, I used to love Taz. Taz used to be the shit.
In any case, if California is gonna maybe change their ways, because
I don't see it until like they're on the verge of collapse. Like they were really harsh in the COVID lockdowns. Like so many small businesses shut down. Even ones that complied with like the outdoor seating and stuff like that, they still got shut down. Yeah,
they were pretty. I mean, they were toe to toe going with Fauci's recommendation. So they went all out on that one.
Yeah.
How did you know what happens to their economy? Was there an issue? Was there any fallout because of that?
I don't like small business, but I mean their big businesses survived.
It's like they don't have like one of those, right? It's not like super diversified small business kind of country. It's like the big.
They don't have as many small businesses, but all their small businesses pretty much did die out. Just like most places that locked down hard. Yeah. Like New York, there's tens of thousands of small businesses that are just never coming back.
Yeah, New York went crazy. Jesus Christ.
Yeah, like gyms, dude. They opened their fucking door when gyms were found to be essential or whatever.
Yeah.
They opened their doors and then they were enforced. The police showed up and closed the gyms and fucking sued, pressed charges against the people.
Who was the mayor back then?
Oh, fuck. I don't remember his name.
Who was the guy? Was it a dude? Oh, yeah. He just left. I forget. Yeah, I forget
I can't remember his name.
Yeah, but he was super liberal.
Okay,
tall guy with white hair. Yeah,
but that whole thing was mismanaged by him. Like, because they had the ships on the dock that they never used. They didn't use any of them.
Yeah, that was pretty insane.
Yeah.
Yeah, that guy made a bunch of bad calls.
Yeah, bad calls. Yeah.
Well, I mean,
It's because Trump let him use the ships. He's like, nope, not going to do it. People are going to suffer because Trump.
I'm going to have to edit that. Just ruining the audio.
I'm sorry, dude. I'm getting into it now.
No, it's cool.
I'm getting in my groove.
He's getting angry now.
Yeah.
I got him angry.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was pretty bad. But I didn't see too much fallout from the California side, like for some reason.
I can't say because I really wasn't paying attention to it. I was distracted by what was going on in New York.
New York was pretty bad.
Yeah,
that captivated
the
news. Yeah,
New York was probably the worst of it. So I can imagine, because I wasn't hearing too much about California, that it wasn't as bad as what was going on in New York.
Yeah,
but I mean, these politicians,
I'm sure they suffered. Yeah,
they hold on to power like Gollum holds on to the One Ring, man. Yeah,
but there's something to be said to why Governor Newsom keeps getting reelected. Yeah, there's a reason why super big Fortune 500 companies stay. Yeah, it's Chinese. You're still on that Chinese fried chick, aren't you?
No, he's just sitting in his office, be like, "My precious."
Oh, good. We got it.
They'll never take it from us, no.
Oh, that's great, dude. Well, that's perfect.
It's ours. They stole it from us.
That was a debut of
my Gollum voice.
His Gollum voice, which I think is pretty good. Pretty fantastic. Pretty you know what? It should be a staple for bad politicians.
Yeah, I mean that's how they hold on to power, though.
Yeah. It's like whenever we want him to say something pretty bad, like a politician, you do the quote in Gollum's voice, right? Does that work for you? That'll be a cool one, dude. I love it. That was a cool entry. For the clips, I'm going to clip that out and make it into a cool clip. Yeah.
Well, yeah. Post that on the YouTubes. Click it and subscribe.
Yeah, that's what we do. But I was just saying, like, there's a reason why this super big companies somehow stay there. I think it might be the tax, relief they get. Just the super big ones.
Yeah, they did get a lot of tax relief too.
Yeah.
California got most in more places though.
Yeah.
So I think that might be why they didn't suffer as much, because I know they get a lot of the PPP loans. More so than I think New York did. I know California did get a lot, so maybe that's why they didn't suffer as much.
Yeah, could be. And there's something to be said about their super diversified economy. I looked that up.
It is, but they also do a lot of fucked up shit too. Like, so they have the agriculture in California is huge, right?
Yeah.
And every year
water is an issue though.
Yeah, water's an issue.
Huge
and they
issue.
Like if you want your crops grown, right? The farmers need water.
Yeah.
And they vote to take water. I mean, people in the city need water too.
Yes.
But they can import water from other places. And since they're on the coast, there is a lot. They can do more desalination.
Yeah, it's just an energy efficiency thing. But yeah, of course,
it's not actually as energy intensive as you'd think.
Well,
to desalinate water.
You could make it more efficient by sort of using the byproduct and stuff like that. But as it stands today,
you get salts too out of it.
Yes, I understand, and you could generate energy and also get fresh water as a byproduct as well. But that I don't think that they have employed that as much, because right now it's energy efficient to transport the water from wherever they have it, the fresh water.
Yeah, maybe.
But yeah, obviously. But I'm saying it's an option, but it's in terms of when you compare the energy efficiency.
Well, that way it can be more localized, right? I mean, because that's the ideal situation, right? So you don't have to transport something from all the way over here to here. That it could be more localized. We can just get our water pumped from the ocean, desalinated, and now you got fresh water.
But as it stands today, this one costs less.
Maybe.
Yeah, that's why they're doing it. Yeah. But which you brought up a great point, which is if agriculture is one of the backbones of the economy, and water is essentially like a non-negotiable point right now. Yeah. Like they need other states, neighboring states, to supplement water for.
But they also grow like shitty fucking crops though too that are not good. Like almonds.
That's a statement, right?
Like almonds. All right, I know people love almonds.
Yeah.
But they're fucking terrible for the environment.
Yeah.
They never grew to the extent that they grow now, because we cultivated them. It costs like 100 gallons of water to grow one fucking almond. It's like some absurd amount of water to grow one almond.
I don't know if that number is right, but I believe
I think I'm being a little bit over exaggerated here, but it's a lot of water. It's an unreasonable amount of water to grow one of one thing.
For sure. I mean, the bees is another issue because they have to bring out.
Yeah.
They have to rent out
because
hives for
don't
pollination.
They, because the bees die, right?
Correct.
Yeah.
Not all of them get back to their hive is what I'm saying. Like a couple of them get lost in that, that farm.
And avocados, I love avocados, but they're also not good for the environment to grow.
Tell people how much I love avocados, dude.
You love avocados, dude. You have like 50 avocados in your refrigerator.
Well, Ellis loves avocados.
It's like
Jordy loves.
It's
avocados.
like you're on an avocado only diet. It's like, what'd you have for dinner? Oh, just avocado.
I mean, if you really think about it, it's the most complete diet. You get your
fat,
unsaturated fat.
I love avocado, bro. I'm not knocking it.
I'm gonna tell you.
I'm just saying.
And I'm gonna tell you a secret about avocados.
They're not good to grow.
What is it shaped like? Avocado. If you turn it upside down, what is it shaped like? Like the ovary, like the womb. The woman wombs. Like
so, therefore,
women
are not good for the environment. Boom! We solved it, guys.
That is the BAP logic right here. Well, yeah. I mean, they're good for your.
My mom's gonna zing me for that one.
Fertility. Yeah. Your mom's not gonna like this.
Christopher.
Episode 8.
This is 9.
Yeah, episode 9.
What's with you?
When I introduced the show, the episode, did I say 9?
I think so.
God, if I have to edit this.
You're not editing it out. You leave it in.
No, I never edit anything.
Yeah, I know.
In terms of content, just volume is what I work on.
But
avocados are bad for women and avocados, dude. Get rid of them.
Christopher, I don't like that thing that you said about women. I found it very offensive.
Do the Gollum voice.
I raised you better than that.
Do the Gollum voice.
No, I'm not gonna do the Gollum voice for my mom. Well, that's how she talks to me, dude.
Yeah.
She's like, Christopher.
Yeah.
Like, because that's how you know she's upset.
The whole name.
Because she says your whole first name.
Yes.
She'll call me Chris.
Yeah.
Like when
the days are good. Yeah.
And like it upscales. This is how you know how fucking bad you're in trouble. Because first it'll be Chris.
Yeah.
Or first it's son.
Yeah.
And she's just then it's Chris when it's slightly important.
Yeah.
Christopher when it's starting to get serious.
Yeah.
Christopher Shane, which is my middle name, when she's really mad, and then you get the whole fucking name when she's really mad. Christopher Shane Passage.
Yeah.
Boom. And she's just.
You're like, uh-oh.
Yeah, I fucked up.
Uh-oh.
That's when you're sneaking out.
I better move to California.
That's when you're sneaking out the bedroom window to go run away with your bindle and stick.
Like a satchel, just on a stick. Yeah. That's adorable. No, your mom raised you right. She did whatever she did right.
Yeah, I know.
I fully endorse what you did, Mama Passage.
That's McGeehee now, sir.
Oh, sorry. McGeehee. Yeah.
Yeah.
Things have changed.
Yeah.
Well,
but yeah, it's California's bad, man. I wish it'd be better because like that was always like when I was younger, it was such a place of mysticism to me, right? Because that's where Hollywood was.
Oh yeah.
So it seemed like
your heroes are there, like in terms of art.
Well,
right.
So
Lucas.
They weren't exactly heroes. Like they were like these mythic figures to me when I was a kid. I didn't like
even better.
They were like it's like you didn't think that they were real, kind of like almost that they were beyond reality when I was younger. And it's just like it's not so much so anymore because social media. Because you didn't hear from them as much as you do now. Because now they're all over every place, giving your opinions about shit you don't care. They have no they have no right to give their damn opinion about.
Yeah, I mean, just keep that to yourself.
Yeah, so it's like now
it's changed.
Yeah, the curtain's been pulled. We see the man behind the curtain, so to speak, from the Wizard of Oz.
Yeah. Are you starting to notice the stickers on cars here for newcomers? It's like
I don't pay.
Don't mess with my Texas, like California. Stay out. Like,
I did see a bunch of them.
A bunch of them are out here.
Well, I mean, because that's the fear, right?
Yeah.
Is that people are
don't California my Texas.
They're gonna come over here and vote for the shitty policies that ruined your state. So they're just gonna rotate across the country, changing the fucking politics.
Yeah, don't California
until
my Texas.
Every place
is
just as shitty as California.
Yeah, definitely. Austin got way more bluer. For sure, because it's gotten a little purple 2 years ago.
Yeah,
and right now it's blue, dude.
Yeah.
it's It's liberal capital right now.
Well, I mean, this last election, I mean, you would think if it was blue enough, Beto would have won.
Well, no, I'm exclusively talking about Austin.
Yeah.
Austin right now is very blue. There's no question about it.
I know they are.
I'm talking about the midterms, like the people that won.
Yeah.
Crazy liberal progressives, which I'm happy for, by the way. Like I'm because I need that balance, right? Like I need that balance because the more
progressives don't survive though.
Who?
Progressives don't survive in politics for long.
No, not really, because it's the most reasonable. Like usually when centrist
because the progressives are usually pretty radical in their policy changes. They don't want to compromise. It's this or nothing kind of deal.
Yeah, I mean, I hope Austin stays blue. I really hope so because we need that contrast at least as an experiment, like as an isolated experiment. Let's see what happens in Austin. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, we'll find out.
But if you notice the people that are moving away from like the big names, moving away from California, they want to do whatever they used to do, but they want the guns and the weed. They want the weed and the guns. It's like the most central thing.
Okay,
that's what they want.
This is the reason because I don't smoke and I don't use it recreationally, and I don't really care if people do.
Yeah, you're not a drug guy.
I think there are some drugs that people shouldn't have access to. Because people do stupid shit on them. But
because what?
People do stupid stuff like LSD. I don't ever think that should be legalized.
I disagree.
I that's fine. But
you're commenting
the tax benefits of like just legalizing weed.
Yeah. Because
for one, the majority of your drug deals, like right now, are between meth, cocaine, and weed, right? Those are the majority of the illegal drugs that are sold. There's some sort of methamphetamine, some kind of coke or coke byproduct like crack or marijuana. So those are like your big three. If you legalized weed, right, for one, that's huge tax revenue for the government that you can use for whatever purposes.
Yeah. Infrastructure.
It's probably not going to be used for infrastructure. It's probably just going to go back into the military, if we're going to be honest here.
Yeah, that's the American way, bro.
Yeah. If we're being honest, going to go into the military. And on top of that, it cuts down on illegal purchases. It's grown to higher standards than it currently is. It really fucks over the drug cartel. Because that's one of their big sellers too, is weed. That's why I don't know if you know this, is pretty funny. You know what the drug cartels in Mexico have started taking over?
Avocado?
Yeah, avocados. Yeah. They took over avocado farms because weed's been legalized too much in the U.S.
Yeah, it's become foliage almost. You know? It's worthless for you to produce that. Yeah.
So they've taken over avocado farms.
Avocado's the new weed is what we're saying. It's crazy. Crazy world.
Yeah, so if you buy avocados, you're supporting the drug cartels.
Yes.
Boom. Right there, Teddy. You're supporting them.
Dude, some of the logic that we're coming up today, the hot stuff that we're dropping, bro. Yeah.
It's like with like numerology. Do you know that?
Yeah.
What that is?
Yeah, I know.
Where they try to make some obscure facts. From numbers.
Yeah. Well,
and how things correlate that they wouldn't relate is like, how do you correlate?
Shout out to 23 though. Shout out to 23.
It's ridiculous.
23 knows what I'm saying. 23 knows what I'm saying.
No,
you're not done with that. No, do you remember Phil? Who is that from Modern Family? The guy.
Phil Hartman.
I don't know who the husband is. But there's philology or something. Like, there's some crazy stuff that he says.
Oh, yeah.
Like, he's got a whole book, and it's like, I always say, and it's like a Confucius, like Aristotelian kind of take of logic. But it's crazy funny, right? Like, it's insane. The stuff that you're saying today sounds like...
Oh, yeah. Well, I mean, I'm being bombastic. It's funny.
Correct, yeah. You're not. He's not. He's being facetious.
I really think people buy avocados.
But no. Also, we're not saying because avocados are shaped like the womb, it doesn't mean that women should be
Yeah.
women are bad for the environment.
You're not bad for the economy.
The causation of that logic is not it's not it's a non
I just wanted to come
sequitur.
up with like an absurd.
It's a non sequitur is what we're saying. The presumptions made in that statement are not accurate, and we realize that it's a joke is what we're saying. Yeah, that's funny. In any case, I want to tell you, as much as we shat on California, you shat the past tense of shit.
Yeah, shat on.
Yeah, I don't think shatting is a word though.
Yeah.
As much as we did shit on California, Venice Beach is a place that I want to visit.
I mean, yeah, I've always wanted to go to California, man, but I less and less though.
I mean, just before the pandemic, Jordy and I planned. Yeah, we did. We wanted to do the drive like all the way from here, just west to east kind of, from east to west drive, and Route 66 or whatever north, all the way to Niagara Falls.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's the route you take, but that's what we're thinking. There's Truce Crossing. I know it was going to take just the romance of that and the destination of just walking up to a beach, which I'm sure is going to disappoint me because there's going to be like muscle guys and like.
It's going to be like the Jersey Shore and there's just going to be heroin needles everywhere.
Oh, God. That would break my heart, dude. That would break my heart. Because that Philadelphia street that, you know, the one under the train thing, it's every day like that.
Yeah.
People think it's just for the cameras, like with those zombies like slumped over. It's every day. And I checked and I went on Google Earth. I shit you not, dude.
I saw it in action.
I went on Google the street, the street view. There's the same people, dude. Like it's an everyday thing. Like I don't even know how they're allowing that to happen. Like it's been years.
Yeah.
Well, I hope California is not like that. I really want to go to a
California's pretty bad with the drug usage and stuff. Like the homeless problem is really bad, especially since they subsidized homelessness.
But it's good cocaine, though, right? Is what I hear.
It's the best, dude. Well, they subsidize homelessness there too, which is another bad thing.
Yes.
It's like they don't really try to help you get out of homelessness. They try to support your homeless lifestyle.
But you see, that just brings me up to the question that I raised earlier. I mean, are homeless people like a main voting segment?
I don't know, man. I really
do they
don't
like
know.
bust them around and just have them like?
I mean, they might maybe they go and cause it is illegal, but if you don't get caught, maybe people
that's
give
the
them,
only thing
maybe
I think
people give them money for
their votes.
Yeah,
because that's the only thing you're
that
worth
is
for
illegal.
a politician.
That is illegal. But
yeah, of course, you're soliciting vote.
Yeah,
you're not supposed to.
Yeah.
But what I'm saying is, like, unless they do that, the only thing that's of value to a politician from a citizen is their vote.
Yeah.
What else do they need you for?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know how many homeless. I mean, I'm pretty sure there are homeless people who do vote, but
that's crazy, though.
Yeah,
right?
I don't know the percentage.
But if it's such an inconvenience and giving your state a bad name, just deal with it.
Yeah,
I'm fucking deal with it, man.
Yeah. Well, okay, so there was this guy who went out to California and he was interviewing homeless people. And he was like, he had this one guy and he had him aside and he goes, why are you homeless? He goes, oh, because I choose to be. He's like, why? He's like, I don't want to work. California gives me $1,000 a month. They give me $400 in food stamps. I bought a nice tent. I have a cell phone with Netflix on it. I mean, it's like, why? Well, this is what I want to do all day is live on the beach in my tent.
You're incentivizing lazy.
He's incentivized to. I mean, I'm not saying it's everybody because I'm sure there's people who are out there who don't want to be homeless.
Yeah,
but
of course,
for the ones that do, this is incentivizing that.
Yeah, why would you, dude? Why would you be? Why would you take charge of your life?
Yeah,
if that kind of such a low life, like lazy behavior is incentivized to go on in perpetuity. It's unfortunate, honestly. I would love for people to feel empowered.
Well, I mean, because that's like my problem with like universal basic income, right? And
I see a different parallel there, but I know
well, it is different, but I'm not saying that everyone would do it, but there would be a portion of the
populace that would generally
just take the basic income and not work. And that would leave less tax money to go into that overall because they're not being productive.
For sure.
And other people are. So therefore, these people are paying for those people to not work.
Oh, yeah.
And that creates an otherism type thing,
Mm-hmm.
where you hate that person or you don't like these type of people because you're working so they don't have to.
Yeah,
and
you'll feel resentment.
there's resentment. Yeah.
I mean, not even without universal income.
I mean,
being
yeah, there
introduced.
is still that now.
Even that without being introduced
Yeah.
right now with the welfare system, there's a ton of abuse.
Absolutely, yeah. But I mean, it's just breeding more and more and more of that.
Correct.
And like all these policies are just, what are they breeding? This 100% guaranteed to breed divisives.
What's that?
Division.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Oh, for sure. Yeah. And resentment is a big deal. Like if you were having to work 8 hours, 7 days a week, and your neighbor is just sitting chilling.
Yeah, sitting chilling and
getting money
his
mailed to them.
$1,000 a month
that would annoy me.
Oh yeah, absolutely. And like this comes from a person that's like, I hate my job that I do.
Yeah.
Not this. I love this job.
Yeah.
And I appreciate every one of you who listen to us.
Yeah.
Because this gives us a window to do something that we actually enjoy doing, or at least me.
For sure.
I don't think Teddy hates our job as much as I do.
No. I mean, it's just a convenience thing. But no, I'm right there with you, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But so even if I didn't have this job, I would be miserable because I would feel unproductive.
Yeah, you're big on
as much as
self-sufficiency.
much as I hate going to the job that I go to.
Yeah.
I would be depressed and I would hate the things that I love to do in my off time. And that's just how I am every time. It's because I've lost jobs before.
No, it's human nature. It's human nature. Everybody would write like good. You read countless books about.
You would think, man, but I just see too much of people not wanting to do anything.
I'm saying,
nowadays.
we know psychopaths are out there, dude. Like some people are like outside of nature.
Yeah.
But for those who lead a fulfilled life, some challenge, a sense of accomplishment, a sense of you are going out there and accomplishing something is almost mandatory. Like you want to have that in your life. So that's what defines like character is brought on by this kind of challenge. So for someone to be subsidized to live a kind of life that would actually not encourage you to go out to get out of bed, that's slowly murdering you. That's killing your human nature, you know?
Yeah. My nature, dude. My nature, Teddy.
Oh, my nature.
My nature. Don't
my avocado.
Don't touch my nature.
It was lovely that you debuted Gollum today.
Voice, I always have to. There's always one word I have to say to get into it, and it's the no.
Like to sort of get into the cadence.
To get into the
yeah.
I have to go. No.
What's the word?
No. I have to go. No.
I thought it was my precious.
No. I have to. Sometimes I can just say it in my head, but sometimes I have to actually say it audibly because that gets me into the voice.
Correct. Yeah, of course you have to say it.
I'm like, no.
Could you say stuff that is not typically like a...
Oh, yeah, I do it all the time.
You know, because I think that's the fun bit.
Lawrence's, what are you doing in the kitchens? Are you mixing me some coffees? Yes. Creamers, yes.
What's that last word?
Creamers.
But that's I like.
Yeah, I can say other words. Yeah, I can't just do movie quotes with it. I can speak in it.
Yeah, that's what would be like if you do. I don't know what would be the most.
Well, like another thing is like how I know I can do a voice consistently. As I told you, I do the.
Do you take requests though, like a phrase?
Most of the voices I do are voices I create.
Can I put in one? Can I put in one request, please? Could you say accept Jesus the Lord and Savior as your personal Savior?
I'll try it. Give me a second.
Yeah.
But so I always have to, if I'm doing a voice, and if I like, I'm trying to get into voice acting. I've always wanted to do it.
Mm-hmm. Aren't you signed up on voice.com?
Voice.com. Yeah. So
that's a good idea.
Whenever I create a new voice, I always recite the Jabberwocky poem in that voice.
Oh, the thing that's meaningless?
Yeah. Well, the words are all nonsense for most of it, but you can kind of get an understanding of what they mean by listening to it. But because there's kind of varying different emotions in the poem, it's very short. But I feel like if I can do the poem in that voice,
you've trained your
I can
vocal cords on all the intonations. Yeah.
Yeah, for the most part. The other one it doesn't really have in there is fear. So I have to practice doing fear with the voice too.
Ah.
So like if the characters ever
is that like a more challenging emotion? You think?
Sometimes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because it doesn't come supernatural.
Yeah, because like I have to make myself feel it.
Yeah. Oh, dude, method voicing, dude. Bro,
I have to scare myself internally to be able to do fear. Yeah.
Like, boo.
Yeah. Well, I have to think of something that literally terrifies me. So.
Well, at least you're aware of what emotion needs to stretch your imagination.
That's the one that actually takes work. Anger is really easy. Smugness.
You're opening up windows to your psyche. Yeah. Like, I fear nothing, but anger is easy.
I think anybody can imitate anger really easily, right?
No, that's true. That's very true.
Fears is less easy to...
Because it doesn't happen often.
Yeah.
Unless you're like a jumpy...
Well, I mean, because you can feel anger on a daily basis, right?
And also it's hard to...
You don't feel...
Out of the blue mimic it.
Yeah,
like
you don't feel afraid as often as you do angry.
And it's hard to mimic on cue. Like, it's how do you initiate that fear? Because it's a super... like psychogenic source, like in your chemical and thing.
So
brain chemistry.
that's the one that actually takes work.
No, do the phrase. Come on, dude.
Well, what was the phrase again?
I guess accept the Lord Jesus Christ as your personal savior.
We use accept the Lord Jesus Christ to be your personal savior.
Oh God, I accept.
Yes,
that's dope,
yes,
dude.
Precious, yes.
Yes. Oh yeah, I was kidding about that. You don't know.
But yeah, it's
good job. Thank you for debuting that. I had forgotten because we were thinking of like squeezing it somewhere in here today.
I wanted to get it out.
I wanted you to, and that was perfect timing. Good job on that one.
Had to use it on the California politician with the power.
Yeah, dude, I didn't think we were gonna eke to an hour episode out of this one.
I told you it was a pretty broad topic.
Yeah.
You don't think it is just talking about one state.
Yeah. But it's easy to shit on the state, right?
Well, they have so much wrong with it, especially with that stuff I recently found out about the laws, what they have listed as nonviolent. Mm-hmm. That's ridiculous. Hey, like any form of rape, for one, should be considered violent. Oh, she's drunk. Nonviolent offense.
Yeah. Hey,
that's ridiculous.
Here at BAP, we 100% renounce any
rape
act.
Is a disgusting crime.
Correct. So, California, get your shit together, please.
Like
if y'all listening, California, if you're listening.
Yeah, California, get your shit in order.
You don't know how to party, man.
Yeah.
That song was a lie, bro.
Newsom, yeah. You don't. Not anymore. Maybe in the 90s.
Yeah.
Now you don't.
Yeah.
But like Gavin Newsom, come on the podcast, man. Get your shit together.
Dude,
I know you ain't doing shit.
Bro, you get one famous person. Are you saying Gavin Newsom is not that famous?
No.
You already did Jeannie.
I know, but I mean we get both. We do a duel.
I just want her to.
We'll get Gina Carano and Gavin Newsom.
I just want Gina.
Okay. Well, she come up. Do you just want me to leave?
Also, I'm
and you can just do the podcast with Gina Carano.
Oh, of course. Be a bro. Just bounce.
I'm just gonna step out.
When Newsom is here, I'll do it.
Thanks. Oh, dude, I'll just fucking eat that dude alive.
Yeah, it was awesome talking to you. Where can they listen to us, bud?
We're on Spotify, Amazon Music, Podbean, which is where our main host website is. You can follow us on Truth Social, Twitter, not Instagram and Facebook. Fuck Meta.
Still banned.
Yeah, I'm still mad about that. Dude, it pisses me off. Harmful content.
Yeah.
Harmful content.
So as you've noticed, the past hour of extremely reprehensible content. Yeah,
it's not harmful, guys.
No.
But
except avocados.
Except avocados. Fuck avocados.
It was lovely talking to you, my man. As always, this was pretty informative.
Yeah, thank you all for
learned
listening.
a couple things.
And we'll catch you next week.
All right.
Same BAP time, same BAP place.